Okay, welcome all. I think there are many people joining. I would love to see you all. There are people from across the world, so that's the good thing that I can see. So I think this is session is something which I do differences between the various taste the courses that PMI or other institutes offer. So we have done a lot of differences between the different certifications because the common question many people have with us is whether I should go for PgMP or whether I should go for PfMP. PgMP stands for Program Management Certification and PfMP stands for Portfolio Management Certification. I hope I am audible. Can someone just say yes in the question and answer? And can you see me and the screen? Someone has put that. Very good. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Amit. Okay, that's lovely. Okay. So many people have this question, what is good for us? Whether it's a PFP or PGMP or a PFMP, because both are elite certifications from PMI. Both have a certain degree of repertoire, okay, a reputation, and many people do it for the recognition status as well. But how they are different from each other, on what parameters, whether you should opt for PGMP, on what parameters, factors you should do PFMP, I'm going to talk a lot about that today in my 45 minutes that I have. The rest 15 minutes is for you to ask me questions. I will also entertain questions during the session. You have question and answers. You can just put your questions and I'll happy to answer that. Right? So good to see you all. Thank you all for joining the session. I will just introduce myself. Project management, which includes program and portfolio, is my ikigai, and I thought that no, this is somewhere I can actually do a difference, and that's how we started ProThoughts. Right? I love talking about project management as a subject, and even today's webinar, this is something which originally we have done it. We do all the webinars by collecting information and taking creating our own data and putting our own views on that, okay, which we like to do and which we like to express ourselves and give you that knowledge to all of you, right? So okay, before I start with this, I wanted to open a poll. Okay, I wanted to ask you what you think is a program. So I given 4 choices. Okay, so I want you to put your answer, what you think is better than that. If you think something else is the answer, you can type in that your chat box or question and answer chat box as well. So come on, everyone can answer this. What you think is a program? Okay, there are slight differences in the choices, okay? There are slight differences in the choices. And it is, I have just a little interpreted the definition of a program in my own simple words. Come on. It's not even 50% have answered. We will get the PDUs for sure. Please answer so you can take away your the best out of this. Okay, lovely. I think I will close this for now. Okay. I had 47% answering the third option, coordinating all related projects to manage interdependency, almost a majority. Whereas 29% said coordinating all the projects together for a single account, and 24% said coordinating all projects as a single point of contact. Okay, so this was the thing. Nobody answered the fourth part. Okay, so lovely. So good. And similarly, I am going to answer, okay, the other part, other poll, which is what is a portfolio? And then I will start the things. I just wanted to know your idea about things. Come on. I think, okay, okay. So this is the result. Okay, 75% answered that collection of projects and programs to achieve strategic goal. Okay, lovely. Okay, by the way, just a trivia for you. I was the first person in India to get the PfMP portfolio certification. Okay, I was invited by PMI to take this exam. So I was around a pilot batch. There were three of us, and I was the first among the three to get PfMP certified. So it was a lovely kind of a recognition to start with a portfolio management certification, right? But I will talk more about that. And that was some 14 years back. So I don't very frequently do PfMP, talk about PfMP. So this is a good opportunity to talk about PfMP and PgMP. Okay, as most of you rightly pointed out, okay, the keywords in a program is related. Okay, and another keyword is benefits. Sometimes in the agile world, we interchangeably use benefits as value, right? So benefits is something which can be tangible or intangible in our way of thinking, but programs, okay, when the output from the project, the deliverables from the projects, okay, are being used, you develop a capability out of that. Like I'm doing a ERP system. People start using the ERP system, that becomes an asset or a capability in project terms for the organization. And because of that, the benefits can be transparency, quickness, credibility increases, quickness of the information increases. Okay, that are benefits. Okay, the program, okay, tries to achieve benefits which cannot be achieved by having no projects doing their in their own one way. Okay, if they're related projects, and if I do not coordinate these projects, you were not able to achieve the benefits that, okay, when you coordinate and manage the interdependencies between the projects. I'm talking of mega projects, and therefore a program manager is necessary. What I have not added is that the benefit should be aligned to the strategic goals which the portfolio manager puts into the organization. A portfolio is a collection of all the projects, program, okay, subsidiary portfolio operation to achieve a strategic goal. What is a simple strategic goal? Strategic goal can be increasing profit, increasing profitability, increasing revenue, decreasing cost, increasing market, can be strategic objectives. To achieve that, I start many initiatives. Increase market share. ProThoughts wants to put an office in Middle East and USA. I want to increase market share. That initiative, each initiative is called a project. But these are some, if there are projects with certain interdependencies, dependencies, and by managing them, I can achieve a higher benefit, I will call that as a program. So there is a program is something which is a bridge between the portfolio and a project. Programs ideally are not a afterthought. So I don't do portfolio and then a project and then decide, okay, I want to do a program. That is happens in not so matured organizations. Okay, programs are a thought after the portfolio. For a program, you do strategic thinking and then start which projects to go after, identify their CSF, and that's what we learn in PgMP. So it's a very strategical as well as execution part programs. Very interesting. Okay, so programs and portfolios are very distinctly different from projects. All three are different from each other. So why there is not much demand of programs and portfolios in the market? I would say because people are not aware. Mainly the leadership is not aware. When you become aware and you see that you save the benefits, you actually start implementing. That's a good thing that programs are seeing that when the demand for program management is increasing in the last 2 years. The number of certified program managers increasing. The jobs for PGM. Now, I will show you the demand in terms of the job requirements as well. People are starting putting PGMP. That is a good thing. So there is a lot to talk about programs and portfolios, but I will limit to the differences so that you can make a choice probably. Okay, so my idea is to give you information as unbiased as possible, right? So who is the audience for a program and a portfolio? So all the practitioners of the program managers, okay, right? So who are doing programs are definitely one great audience, or who aspire to be program manager, again another great audience. Consultants, okay, who work, like there are so many consultants who manage different or advise, okay, that can be great. Okay, even I said agile enthusiast because agile and program management fall into a high ambiguity and high uncertainty quadrant in this VUCA, volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous world. Okay, so both focus on value. In agile we call value, here I call benefit, but no, there can be a lot of similarities. Okay, but the program management which we have devised, now they have actually increase the made the framework of program management in the standard edition to include adaptive approaches, which is agile. So this can be the audience for program management, and a portfolio are typically your top manager people. Okay, governance boards. Okay, so the portfolio are the guys who steer the ship, who take that strategic decisions, which strategic goal to pursue. So their decisions can make or break the organization. Mostly I have seen the portfolio manager use their experience. Both are experience-based certifications as well as knowledge-based, but more experience is on portfolio, right? They use their gut, more experience to take decisions. So if we have more data for a portfolio manager, he will make better decisions or his experience, right? So these are the audiences. Now, eligibility criteria are more or less PfMP and PgMP are similar. Okay, 8 years. Oops, sorry. 8 years or 7 years. Okay, if you are a secondary high school diploma, but if you have bachelor's degree, it is 8 years here and then 4 years here, portfolio. Right? So both have 8 years of professional, but here the criteria is lesser. Portfolio management experience. And similarly, PgMP, 4 years professional, 4 years program management experience. I have seen in my, we have been doing PgMP for last almost 7 to 8 years. And I have seen that most of the people, more than 90%, if I had to call, they do not do program management in the way it is shown in the guide or proven good practice. So they have been program managed designations, or they have been doing programs, but the techniques, etc., they hardly use from the guide. So they do it with their own way they do project management. So that is a good learning if you get from the programs, right? So this is your eligibility criteria. My idea is to show the differences and give the knowledge. Okay, so if you have any questions, I would be more than happy to answer your questions. Okay, I see Amit asked about what is DAC and DVSC, a little out of syllabus, but Amit, I will answer you at the end. Right? Okay. Now, both the guides of PMI are definitely written by a guy who is a PMP, certified individual professional. Okay. So it has the same kind of structure, the same flow, the same language. Okay, maybe it's intentional as well. There is hardly any change from the time they have written the guide. Like no, PGMP came in 2009, PFMP around 2010, 11. So hardly any change from that. There have been structural changes. I have one slide I can show you that on what has changed, and it is more directional changes. So how they have put the syllabus of PGMP, they said it is domains. What are domains? Domains means major work areas or themes. So a program or a portfolio manager, besides all the other work, they will focus more on this kind of work. They are called domains. So recently in PGMP guide, PGMP is on the 5th edition, PFMP is on the 4th edition. But the PFMP guide has not been changed from 2017. PGMP guide recently got changed in 2024. Okay, Ajay, I will answer your question later. Okay, about safe RT is equal to program manager. Okay, the way we pursue here program manager different probably from a agile program manager, but I will try to answer your question. So these are your domains. Okay, major work areas. So program manager focuses more on the strategy level. Which strategy? The portfolio manager who has said what should be the strategic goal. The program manager, when he is actually instilling a program and its component, he ensures that whatever I'm doing, it's aligning to strategy. So he justifies through a lot of things like business case, a lot of things. Okay, that's a big element which many people miss. Then there is benefits management. Now, what are the benefits? How to identify the benefit? What is the technique of benefit? What is how you do a CSF? How you do a KPI? All this will be in benefits. And then I have stakeholder, very similar to projects, but the canvas is completely different in programs. So you have stakeholder here as well in portfolio. And governance. Governance plays a major role in both portfolio and program. Okay, governance actually has a very good role. When you're taking big decisions, you need a governance. You have future vision, strategy, how to make decisions plays a vital role. Half the battle won is how you choose a governance body. You need to have the right actors in the governance body. That's a half 50% of the battle won, according to me. So if in PfMP also you have governance, you have strategic, of course, they're talking of strategies and and the one major area is risk. Here also is risk, but it's not a major area, okay, where I need to concentrate. So risk is goes with the strategy alignment. So one part element of strategy alignment is risk. Here is one major area. Okay. Then we are talking about performance. Okay. So how the portfolio, how to, whether they're delivering the perform, are you meeting the goals? So you can see a lot of similarities in that way, value, benefit, strategy, but the thinking, the canvas, okay, the level perspectives are completely different. Now this is something which is different. Capacity and capability. Capacity, you can call it the skills. Capability, capability, you can call it the skills. Capacity is how many people you have to do the job, and that is one major factor to take decisions. So portfolio manager assesses what is my capability and capacity to make decisions in line with the risk, in line with the alignment, what it takes to build a capacity or capability. So they are at the steering wheel. Program managers are the navigators of the steering wheel, okay, is passed no next to the driver, and they also execute. So they are both decision makers as well as decision implementers. So that's the difference, right? Now from the exam point of, because we are talking of certification, so exam point of, both have 170 questions, 4-hour duration. Okay, 20 questions are actually pilot, no negative marking. Okay, so that's very similar, right? I think portfolio management exam is easier than PfMP because you can understand portfolio little better. You can relate it better than a project manager, PgMP. Okay, PgMP is not really practiced in the way it should be. And if you do not understand concept, that makes it difficult. You understand concept, it's a cakewalk, right? So I want to show some differences now, okay, and then we can open up for the question answer. So I will take time till 8:45, 50, right? Sorry. So of course, the PfMP is for portfolio, PgMP is for program manager. The intent is strategic. Like I said, PgMP is both strategic plus execution. They are the decision making as well as decision implementing people. Okay. A portfolio manager is focused on the steering wheel, achieving the strategic goal. A PgMP is focused on benefits, which is aligning to the strategic goals. I will show you some slides to corroborate what I'm saying. That demand in the market for a PfMP is absolutely low, whereas PgMP, according to me, rather than high, I'm comparing from PfMP, therefore this, but it's growing. Okay, it's higher, it's growing, it's in demand. I will show you some kind of jobs which are on that. Applicability in the workplace. Okay, I generally seen a portfolio manager, although he understands or becomes aware, that's a good plus, but he doesn't use all the techniques, experiences count there. So applicability is a little low. The gut makes more importance here. I see a lot of applicability of PGMP in your workplace if you actually use it. So portfolio managers aligns the portfolio with the corporate strategy, and a PGMP, like it might be a repeat, is the strategic plus implementation guy. A portfolio manager is more administrative. He checks the processes, checklist to do the job right. He's more concerned with the data than anything else. Whereas a PgMP is have tacit skills. Tacit means a more of soft skills like facilitation, charisma, political acumen. All these skill sets will be in the PgMP. A PMP, a project manager, will have explicit skills like problem solving, okay, knowing the technical stuff as well. Okay, so these are like a PMP, since a project manager, many of you might be a transactional in the leadership skill, if I had to use a word for that, right? So whatever you learn, relatability is whatever you learn through the certification and the knowledge it gives. Okay, can you relate it to that? Okay, so for a practitioner who is attending a PFMP, he can relate it more because these are the terms he has used it before. Like he understand what you mean by increasing, capacity, capability, increasing profit, which is what is the strategic goal. Okay, he can relate it. A program manager is something, the content is a little, you need to do unlearning. You have been doing programs, but the way we tell you in the strategic, standard guide is completely different perhaps, and therefore you need to unlearn. So the relatability quotient is a little low there. That's why I put it low. Okay, now this is all my perspective. Okay, nothing where it is written on internet why people do it. This is my understanding, my perspective. I have prepared the slides completely, right? So why people do it? Okay, for the recognition. Many people do PFMP for recognition. It's a elite certification. Whereas recently I have seen program managers are not only doing that elite certification, but they are, okay, also seeing the fact that can I use it in my day-to-day workplace? So that is one another differentiation, right? Now I'm coming to more kind of areas where they are different. Okay, like from a scope point of view, portfolios have organizational scope which changes as per the strategic objectives of the organization. Why the strategic objective changes? Because of external factors. Like so many things are happening in the world. It's like a little fluid. Your company objectives might change. If you are in Apple, they might reconsider doing some investments, and they might change their strategic objective given the external factors, what is happening in the USA, India, China, whatever. Maybe. Okay, so the portfolios think about scope, external factors can change it. Program has the scope, which is basically your scope is the sum of all the critical success factors. The success is actually the scope of all the, but we will not go into that deep. But okay, so idea of the scope is the scope that encompasses all the program components. What are the program components? The project and the operations. Why operations? Because once you deliver something by the project, you need to start using it. Till you use it, you will not produce the benefit. You need to consume it to produce, to sustain the benefits. Right? Change in program management is seen as an opportunity. You should see change as, okay, a positive thing, and maybe as a disruption to achieve your goals. So as a program manager, unlike a project manager, I see changes as an opportunity to do better, to produce benefits quicker, right? Whereas a portfolio manager sees changing which can affect his strategic goals. So he keeps on monitoring the environmental factors. Okay. So there can be mostly external factor, internal dynamics as well. So they keep on monitoring, is it affecting my strategic goals? So change is viewed by both these parties differently. a portfolio doesn't have a end date. A program has an end date till it can continue till you deliver your benefits. Okay, a portfolio doesn't have a plan. They create definite processes, communication policies so that I can achieve my strategic goals. Programs have roadmaps, okay, even high level master plans, okay, and they monitor or give oversight to the projects or the program components. Okay, monitoring, okay, for a portfolio manager, he checks about the capacity and the capability. Like I said, resource allocation, what is the risk, performance. A program manager monitors his program components. Now I'm making it sound very easy, but as you are doing it, it might be complicated as well. So it's very cyclical in nature. It's not linear. It's not easy to do an oversight. Okay. So you need to manage the interdependencies well as a program manager. Right. But I'm keeping it simple from a webinar perspective. A success for the program manager, I think you should know, like in projects, the success is in triple constraints: time, cost, money, and perhaps quality, or all the 6 constraints. Program success is basically the sum of all the CSFs, critical success factors. I don't know many, in the guide it is not clearly written. So I actually tell how to actually do the CSFs, how to, okay, derive the CSF, what is the sum of CSF, and that is the program success. It should be measurable. You can't just say to deliver the benefit. The benefit should be measured. How you can measure it? Through KPIs. How, what to measure by KPI? The CSFs. So the sum of all the CSFs is the program success, right? Here it's very simple, okay? Like if I say increase profitability, I can measure that. No, this is a measurable term. So the strategic goals are always of a measurable terms. So the portfolio, I had put this main task to help you understand what actually the portfolio manager or the program manager does. And maybe you will not able to relate as much, but I want to tell you that a portfolio manager is concerned about the capacity and the capability. Know how the resources are allocated, which key resources are allocated to which portfolio components. Okay. No, you need to assess whether you're going in the right direction. Both are assessing whether you're going in the right direction. So you actually need to check all the data and make key decisions. So a decision making is very key here. Okay. And here you need to justify which projects or program components you need to initiate. And to justify, you need to build business case and ensure that the whole program is aligning to the corporate strategy by achieving the desired benefit. So you keep on reiterating, like in agile, your business case till you get it right. I don't know whether I'm elucidating or making you more kind of confused, but I am trying to suggest it is a big thing that and there are a lot of things that a portfolio and a program manager both do, right? But they're distinctly different from each other. Now, I want to tell you that some technical details in terms of the certification. Okay, both require certain hours, which I showed in the eligibility. The cost of doing PgMP and PfMP from a training point of view is similar with us. Okay, the exam from PMI cost is also similar for both these certifications. Also, I find the study time is similar. We have the same 45 days. We do an exam strategy at the end of each certification. Okay. From a certification from ProThoughts point of view, it's in our interest that the person gets certified. So we handled him till he gets certified. So we keep on helping the person through application support, or if he has any query or concept, we also do 1 or 2 hours of support session. The onus is more on the participants to have that support session. We are happy to invest our time to help the candidate achieve the things. Yeah, right. Now I wanted to show you the demand. I said that I have got some slides. So what I did is I search some job sites. Of course, Naukri.com was a popular site in India. Oh, there were so many program manager jobs. I was amazed that there were so many program manager jobs, and it ranged from the salary from 0 to 3 lakhs to even in crores, which I was also amazed with that. Okay, I don't know what kind of jobs that are, but you can also search. Okay, I just type program manager and in India location, and I got this so many jobs, which was good. Okay, and then I said PgMP certified. Okay. Like some people actually tell project manager jobs are many, but some people specify PMP certified. So I said PgMP certified. I found 50 jobs there, which was good. Okay. The total number of PgMP certified today is around 6,000 and PfMP is around 2,000. Okay. So PgMP is 3 times. In India, the most of the PgMP and PfMP are in the USA for sure. Uh, India might be second or third because China is also getting certified in this. Uh, India should not be like more than 10% in my estimate. I had not done the registry. Okay, so it should be around 300, 400 in my mind. Okay, so 50 jobs, I think, is a good number if people have started putting PgMP certified. So there's good demand, I guess. Okay, so I did that. Okay, then I searched the job in United States at their popular thing. I got 66,000. Okay, on this. Uh, I could not, on this job portal, I could not get PGMP certified, but this I got it. Okay, I did it today. Then I went to LinkedIn and I searched for program manager jobs in India. I got around 1,223, and in United States I got around 12,896, which was good. And I know Google and all, they recognize PGMP, which was good. Okay, so US definitely recognize more than India on the awareness is much higher. So that will be great. So I think there is a good demand of program manager. Now I searched for portfolio. I got mostly financial portfolio, and I one of the poll questions I put was about the finance. Not maybe not really relevant. So I could not get much jobs. PFMP, or they don't. That was I did got a nil. Okay, so I didn't get much jobs at all on this. So you can also search and figure out that, right? Now, I wanted to show you how the evolution happened of the PGMP standard. No, started in around 2008 or 9. There are 5 editions, and if you can see, they had this. They tried to mirror the project management earlier, and now they have although the certifications are going through the product. So in the 5th edition, they introduced principles. They added one domain, and mostly the change is directional, where they said that the program management will now allow agile projects also to be adaptive approaches also in the framework, given that the what is a framework of how to put the program, there should be governance body, there should be business case, everything. So you can do agile projects, which was missing in the earlier edition. So this was your standards which are evolved. Incidentally, they are not giving more attention to PFMP. Okay, the edition is not revised. Also, the truth, what I was reading is that the exam is also on the 3rd edition, and the current edition is 4th edition, and not changed for last 8 years. So I don't see the application, the no the investment from PMI on the portfolio, because there is not much demand. Many people who do PFMP is more so for that elite recognition. That elite recognition comes from only the people who know about PMI certification, which is the PMI network. The larger people do not know about certification as they know about PMP or agile certifications, or even now there is a lot of good awareness which is happening in the PgMP. Okay, I just want to quickly tell you what the standard is. Okay, both the standards are no, like the portfolio standard guide 4th edition and the program standard guide 5th edition. Now the standard doesn't give you, they assume that you already know programs and portfolio, you have been working on that, that's the eligibility criteria, but the real fact is you don't know. Many of you don't know. I'm just saying, setting a fact. Okay, or you don't know in the way the guide is said. At least my more exposure is to the Indian counterpart, but I have seen you many. So we have customers from now 57 countries. So we get from USA, Germany, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, South Africa, a lot of countries. So we get, okay. I not seen that, no, uh, no, the that they really know how it is done. So the PGMP guide assumes that you already know, and they know, they think that you know, and therefore they have missed how to implement it. Okay, so they missed the very fact how to use this guide in your day-to-day work. So many people just make their own imaginations, and some people pass, some people, unless you know how, what is program management, how to apply, what to do, no, you will not get that knowledge that you desire from a certification. This certification, I'm a big proponent of certification. You should use it in your day-to-day work. A theory is a good intervention for your experience. Experience, you keep on doing what you're doing, but if you want to solve something which in a different way, theory is a good intervention. So you need to know theory as well. No, nobody beats experience. I'm okay with that. So that's where, no, you need to make most use of theory. You need to understand the theory. So there is no sense of know how actual program or a portfolio works. No examples given. No artifacts. They put some artifacts, in fact. So there are limited artifacts. Which tool to use, which technique, how to do that, and also compared, because people are not aware, compared to PMP, the content is very monotonous and dry. So it's not very exciting. It's very linear, very dry. There's not much to do. So many people, okay, will feel that, oh my God. So you need to keep. So that's where we can add value. Okay. The standard guide provides, of course, okay, so a good understanding of program portfolio, how the work areas are different, how they complement each other, how they integrate with each other, what are the supporting activities besides the domain main work areas, okay, the key limited artifacts, it's all explained, but there are gaps, and that's where ProThoughts comes into play and tries to make it a engaging workshop with activities, case studies, giving examples, templates to use in your workplace. Like people, if you read the guide, I don't know how many of you read the guide, you don't know what is a business case, how it needs to be written. So we are given a template of business case, how it need to be incorporated in the case study, how the business case should be used at regular intervals and then kind of iterated. Flashcards of a good importance to many for exam preparations. So we do a very quick flashcards with key concepts. No, you can just quickly summarize all your concepts together for the exam. We give mock exams. Plus, we give you all the application support, like I said, doubt clearing sessions, case studies, no application point of view, and we like to be one-on-one rapport. So we as an organization, we just do not want to scale it and lower our quality. We want to be there for our participants as much as possible. So we have support sessions, application to help students in the best way. Okay, so we just do not want to have any instructor and just dump the program manager. So we want to give a good experience with that, right? I don't know what is the time. Okay, I will skip this slide. Okay, this is the process to get your certification, but you can call me if you want. Okay, this is the support we do. No, yeah, no applications, doubt clearing sessions. Okay, we have webinars, we have free resources, we have 30 plus material on our PgMP and PfMP, which you can study. Right. Okay, this is a little bit our pro thoughts. We harp on our material, okay, and our in-house experts and the interactive way of learning, plus the support as well. Right. I just want to have a closing thought on PfMP versus PgMP. So most of you, okay, have your own way of choosing things, but you should decide, okay, why you want to do, what is your driving factor to do the certification. Is it a elite recognition? Is it a status? Okay, is it growing up the ladder? Is it a career switch? Is it that you want to apply, application is apply the learn the theory to apply it in your day-to-day work? What is the reason, and be honest with yourself, to do the certification? Okay, I find certification because it has helped me tremendously in my career. Okay, I find that it is a good knowledge to be used, and of course it has other byproduct benefits like career growth and catalyst and higher jobs, salaries and everything. Okay, both this certification carry a good knowledge which is scarce in the industry. Many people do not do the things which are implied in the certificate. So if you have the authority, your organization open mind, you can take it back to your jobs. Okay, I can categorically say that PGMP or program management is more in demand in the market. Also, PGMP has more applicability as you learn the theory to apply it in a day-to-day work. Okay. Also, I see the leaderships are getting more aware about PGMP. Also, the PMI folks are now talking about program management, right? So if you employ PGMP, you can save cost, achieve some tangible benefits. So you get the dividends by doing the PGMP. So if you are confused between PGMP and PfMP, because there is a cost to it, right? You need to invest. Okay, I not use the word cost or spend money. I think invest. Okay, investment is a better term. Okay, I think you need to invest your money into a lot of things. Okay, you need to be richer in different ways, not only in money terms. Okay, and therefore if you want to invest and you have limited money, if you have good money, go for invest in both. But if you have, okay, make a choice. At this moment I would recommend you PGMP. We also do PfMP, but the the PGMP batches are pretty regular. We do it at every 40 to 45 days. The PfMP batches are on demand with us, right? With this, I'm going to open for question and answer, and I will be happy to answer your questions. Okay, Amit, okay, you have asked 3 questions so far. Okay. So I think one is a comment, career growth that definitely along the way bridge the knowledge gap. Yeah, perfect. How latest is the data? The data is as no, I had taken the Naukri data today morning. If you are talking about the data, the rest of the things I have taken it from the both the standard guides. What else I have used? The other data is not. Okay, all this correct factual data, which either whatever the sources are there. Yeah, Naukri data is today's data. You can also check. Okay, Ajay is asking safe RT equal to program manager role. See, when I did my program management certification, I did in 2009 or 10, 9, I guess. I was assigned I was already a senior program manager. So the designation and program management is different for different companies. Okay. You can say a release engineer, okay, uh, do some aspects, but I don't think he has a strategic mind. So the way we are talking is at a much higher level of program manager, if that answers. Amit, DSC and DVSC is another agile certification from PMI. Okay, uh, which I really like it. And okay, so we were ProThoughts is the evangelist for across the world for the disciplined agile. So I had done the certification, so I had mentioned in my profile. Okay. All of you can add me on LinkedIn. We can have conversation LinkedIn. Like Amit, if you want to know more about disciplined agile or any other thing, we can have a separate conversation there. Okay. How many trainees will be in batch? That depends per session, but we have a good sizable number, goes about 10 in program management. Portfolio is lesser. Okay. Let me give, okay, open up while you're asking questions about feedbacks. Okay. And while you're answering questions, I will also give you, can you please put feedback polls? You can ask me questions as you're answering the feedback, giving your feedback. If somebody has a question, considering that we have a batch, this is a question from Amit again, that we have batch by the end of June. In the meantime, is it possible to complete the application filling and get the approval to appear again? Technically, absolutely possible. Okay, there is no one stopping you from that. But we would recommend that you fill the application after the training so that you have a great understanding of program management and you can use the right terminology for the application. What you can do before the training is go through some of the material so that you are much better prepared to understand the training. Okay, I hope it answers your question. Thank you all for filling the polls. That helps. Okay. And if there are no more questions, I would like to thank you very much for attending this webinar. And if you have any questions, call me on my LinkedIn. I would be happy to get connected with you, or you can drop a mail for info@prothoughts.co.in, and also call this number if you have any query. This is Himanshu's number, who takes care of our PgMP. So happy to help you in any ways, and I wish you good luck and all the best for the rest of the year. And thank you, and a warm namaste from my side.